What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Hen Dog. Apologies for the lack of uploading on my YouTube. Since I went live last for MLB The Show, I went to Vegas for a wedding, came back, and I had to work like 6 days in a row to make up for that. Because I had to work as a PTO and a request off day in there. I had to mix up my schedule a little bit, so I had to work on the back end after getting back from that wedding. And then baseball season started, and then I ended up getting injured, and I injured my shoulder and wrist. So I'm back. I know, albeit in weird circumstances. Like I said, I'm injured. Weird time to come back, but I haven't uploaded in a while. I really can't do. I can only use one arm right now, and I can use a mouse, and I can click Screen Labs with one mouse, and it only clicks one time. So while I can't play, I can't really play a controller with one arm. I can go live, I can record. So, I finally have time to get back and finally do some YouTube. If you do not follow my TikTok, please check out over there. I didn't go to opening day. If you guys are baseball fans, well, this is a baseball video, but I didn't go to opening day, and I uploaded stuff on there, and I am gonna upload series and game previews and stuff like that, and then I'll be uploading videos of every game I go to, stuff like that. So baseball coverage, like up to date baseball coverage, you don't want to miss over on my TikTok. But I am trying to get back into the swing of things of YouTube. I have my work schedule for April. Hopefully, I'll recover quickly from this injury, and then I can have time and I can make a consistent schedule to start filming more again. So I do apologize. But that being said, the Diamondbacks are back. The Arizona Diamondbacks are back. Chase Field is back. Downtown Phoenix is back. I'm so happy. Yes, I could be wearing I am wearing a Phoenix Suns shirt, and you can see that in my thumbnail. I'm not the biggest Phoenix Suns fan. They're not my number one team. I live here. I do root for them. I want to see Arizona sports teams do well. I am a Cardinal. I am not an Arizona native. I live here. I claim this place as my home now. I love it here, but I'm not a fan of every Arizona sports team. I'm a fan of the Coyotes. But they're no longer with us. I'm a fan of the Diamondbacks. I'm a fan of the Cardinals. I only root for the Suns, but I'm not. My basketball heart isn't with the Suns. So for me, downtown Phoenix is mainly Arizona Diamondbacks territory. I do go to a Suns game every now and then, but mainly it's to go see my team play the Suns because they do come here only once a year. So going to downtown Phoenix is back. Chase Field, they fixed the roof. It's insane. The weather is beautiful. You arrive at Chase Field. The roof's supposed to be open, but the roof's closed. So you're interested to know what's going on. But they try to make it dramatic. But theme music plays, and the roof starts to open. It literally sounds like Star Wars music. I shit you not. It sounds like Star Wars music. When they try to open the roof, they make it all dramatic, but it opens really slowly. It opens faster than the State Farm Stadium one does, but it does open a little slowly. But it's just the vibes are great. The vibes are incredible. Baseball is back when the roof's open, the panels are open. Downtown Phoenix is in the background. First pitch is coming. While it's not Corbin Burns on the mound, it's Zach Gallen. Game one's going, and they lose. Zach Gallen looks terrible. It's the Bugs Bunny cartoon. They're doing a line on the base paths. Literally, he's walking guys. Dudes are getting base hits. Miguel Amaya, he's a good player and all, but he's out here looking like Tony Gwynn off. Zach Gallen getting doubles, RBIs, and stuff like that. He's driven 5 runs the first game. Zach Gallen looked like crap. If you wanted a worst case scenario for Gallen supporters for opening day over Corbin Burns, that was pretty much worst case scenario. He could have gave up like 10 or 11. I guess so. It could have been worse. But in terms of the walks, in terms of the missed pitches, the defense didn't help. The choice that Perdomo made to try to get PCA out at second instead of the Easy out at first, I don't know what the heck was going on with that. People like to talk about the Eugenio Suarez overthrow in the first inning, but that didn't really have any kind of play in the game. So I really won't I'll just kind of count that as maybe the adrenaline getting to Eugenio a little bit, So I'll miscredit that because first inning it was like 1 or 2 outs, no one was on base. They got out of that relatively quickly. It didn't do any damage, so that's fine. But just later in the game, the crucial situations. I mean, I know it's spring training, but I mean, PCA's faster than Matt Shaw. The time Lily Perdomo gets the ball, the guy at first base is not even halfway down the line yet, really. So it's an easy out. So I don't know why he just doesn't throw it down there with 2 outs. So he doesn't do that. The drop by Jake McCarthy. I mean, Alec Thomas makes that play. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, when watching it in real time, when it actually happens, it looks tough. I thought he barely missed it, like he just couldn't get there. But then you watch it back, you see like the broadcast angle and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sorry, that play has to be made. That play literally saves 2 or 3 runs. But Alec Thomas makes that play in his sleep. And then, I mean, what doesn't help is the runners in scoring position was awful. Sorry, I literally keep hitting the back of my chair with my hat, and it's really annoying to me. And of course I can't fix it because I only have one arm and I can't reach down there. Yeah, where was that? Runners in scoring position was awful. I mean, yeah, we put up enough runs to win the game in game 1, albeit bad pitching and then poor defense. I mean, the amount of times we had runners on third and like second and first with 1 out, and I saw Jake McCarthy like strike out, Eugenio Suarez got a homer, but Lourdes Gurriel Jr. kind of struggled to get going in game 1 and stuff like that. So it sucked. We did enough to win the game 1, and you can't blame on the offense. Like the runners in scoring position thing was really frustrating because it was not like 0 for 1, like 0 for 2, 0 for 3 as a team. We had like 7, 8, 9 attempts with runners in scoring position with like 1 out. Like not even with 2 outs. Like I know it's tough, 2 outs, lefty versus lefty. I know what can happen. But 1 out, we had multiple times where we had 1 out, runners in scoring position, and we couldn't do anything. We couldn't just get 1 run, chip away. And when we would chip away, the pitching and defense would give it away. So it was just a rough game 1. You don't want to lose opening day. The vibes were so high. The vibes at Chase Field were immaculate. It was awesome. The vibes at Chase Field are always immaculate. But yeah, it was down. The vibes were obviously quite frustrating to see that. Game 2 comes around. Merrill Kelly is on the mound. You're excited. You know what you're getting. The Arizona Diamondbacks win that game. Merrill Kelly just absolutely he dealed. I mean, Merrill Kelly is... you run out of words to say for Merrill Kelly. I mean, Arizona State grad... He's here. He comes home. He plays. I don't want to say there's a lot of pressure, but he's up. He's an older pitcher. He doesn't throw a hard fastball, but he will get you out, man. He's such a great pitcher. Obviously, fan favorite. Dbacks win that game 8-1. Merrill Kelly. Sorry, I was trying to pull. Yeah, he walked 4. Hopefully that's not a theme, but he only allowed 3 hits. I mean, they didn't really threaten. They didn't really threaten Merrill. I mean, like I said, with Gallen, they did. They got to Gallen. Yeah, Gallen missed some pitches, but they got to him. Merrill, 3 hits. Yeah, 1 K, 1 run earned run. But, I mean, what was it, a solo shot? Or it was a double, I'm sorry. A PCA double. And other than that, Merrill Kelly had it on lockdown. Eugenio homers twice that game. I apologize. And he's just on a heater right now. It's got to be the mullet. The mullet looks longer. I can't speak. It's lethal. It's deadly. Eugenio's on one. And it's funny that hopefully he struggled the first half of the season, we remember mightily, and then he took off second half of the season. Hopefully it's not opposite where he's awesome first half and then he sucks the second half. We expect him to kind of even out a little bit. He's not going to homer, every game, every other game and stuff like that. But if it levels out where he's hitting homers consistently, but he's just making good contact, like with Carroll right now. Like we'll talk about at the end of when we talk about after Carroll the last 2 games. But Carroll, he's making really solid contact right now. I mean, we faced 3 lefties in a 4-game series with Boyd, Imanaga, and Steele. And Corbin has put barrel to bat to ball. He's 110, 150, 116. They're coming off the bat really well. He's making really good contact. It's just not finding the gap. It's just not, it's just not falling for him. So if people are concerned right now for Corbin, I don't know what to tell you other than maybe take a hit. Take a hit of some weed. Calm down. You have to be of age. Do that. Please do that of age, and do that legally. Okay? But calm down. Okay? If you look at it compared to like the start of last year, he was striking out, he was whiffing. Like the connection wasn't there. This dude is literally rocketing the ball off the bat. And it's like getting snagged off a one-hopper to some second base. It's an absolute screamer to right field. Like, it's not like he's making connection. Okay, I'm not worried yet. It's going to fall for him. If he starts striking out and it's going downhill, then yes, you can maybe start being concerned a little bit. But I'm not worried right now. He's making wood to ball. So I'm okay. But if Eugenio can just be consistent throughout the year, that'd be so helpful for our offense. Because if Carroll can be consistent, he doesn't need to be great. Carroll doesn't need to be a team carrier. Because Gattel will play good. Naylor, another player who it's just odd with the lineup selection already. With Torrey, with the DH rule that he just cannot seem to grasp. And 3 games in and you take Carroll out, or you take Alec Thomas out after, going like 3 for 5 or what. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Dude gets a 2-3 hit game. Next game you take him out. Like already we're 3 games in and Torrey's already like making head scratching lineup changes. I mean, again, some people are already like, I'm not the biggest Torrey Lovello fan, but I'm not at the picket fence. I'm not trying to throw Molotov cocktails. I'm not asking for his head. I'm seeing some funny memes out there of him in a clown outfit and stuff like that. It's funny. Like, people want him fired. Yes, his decisions are absolutely insane. But if the season fails, like, again, I will tell you right now, I'm the one that likes to overreact. I get emotional. I care about my teams. I'm passionate. But we're 2-2. Yes, I'm frustrated by the pitching. I'm frustrated by the defense. I'm frustrated by the base running errors we're making already. Like, no other team is making these mistakes. But at the same time, we came back. We're 2-2. We go into a very tough part of our schedule. Who knows if we can somehow scrape 1 or somehow 2 in the Bronx against the Yankees, it'd be awesome. But again, we'll get there. I'm sorry. I say we'll talk about it at the end of the video, but I go down the rabbit hole and I keep going. So I apologize. But the Dbacks win the second game, 8-1. Solid outing from Merrill Kelly, as you'd expect. Then you go into game 3. Brandon Pfaadt, the extension man. No problem with the extension. 5 years. Dude's a great pitcher. I love him. I mean, to be honest with you, he did everything you asked for as well in the game 3. I mean, there was a couple. He gave up a couple crucial. Like, it's always things with Pfaadt. Like, it's last year it was like he had problems with the batters the third time around. He'd always get them the first, second time around. But it's always that third time around where batters kind of got to Pfaadt, and he had to figure that out. But now, like, game 3, it was just a couple instances here and there that kind of lost the game for Pfaadt, where he gave up the double to Miguel Amaya. Tony Gwynn out there this series, he was just lighting us up. Tony Gwynn, Amaya, it felt like. He doubled, RBI double. Kyle Tucker homered. I mean, he got on track this series. He struggled out of the gate opening day, and then he homered in third and fourth game of the series. So he has 2 home runs in 4 games, I believe. So going in, good start for the Cubs. Hopefully they can extend him long term. I don't know. I mean, there's people going, he's going to be in the Yankees jersey by next year, so Chicago fans should enjoy him while he's last. But if Chicago can actually fork up the money, which they should, because Chicago Cubs are a fantastic historic organization. I have a soft spot. I love sports. Like, I'm a sports fanatic, sports fan, diehard sports fan, and I have a soft spot for historic franchises. And I would love to see the Chicago organization spend some money and keep Kyle Tucker there. Because I don't know. I think they could find something with Seiya Suzuki, maybe kind of like what the Dbacks are doing. Have Seiya Suzuki DH, Kyle Tucker out in the field. And then maybe one time maybe have Seiya Suzuki go out in the field and bat. Like what they did with Marte. Marte will be second base. And then, we'll take him out and put him in DH. And then we'll put Hampson at second base. Or something like that. I like seeing the Seiya Suzuki and Kyle Tucker in the same lineup. That's deadly. I mean, Seiya Suzuki really struggled, but I mean, we'll get there into the fourth game. We'll get there. But Eugenio homers again for us. Keeps going. Matt Shaw, congratulations to him. Gets his first homer in the MLB, I believe. So congrats to him. They win. The Cubs win 4-3. 2-1 in the series. At that point, D-backs just need to. I don't want to gloss over it. I mean, I'm glad I should have just glossed over it because it was terrible. D-backs were kind of clawing back to that game. Garrett Hampson has that base running error. Swanson dives, gets him out. I mean, I don't know what he's thinking. Another thing what frustrates me about Torey Lovullo, which I am like in the middle of people. Like, there's people who love Torey. There's people who hate Torey. I'm in the middle because I go back and forth. There's things I love about him. There's things I hate about him. Like, I can make a diagram of things I love, things I hate. I love-hate relationship with Torey. Another thing I hate, he tries to find a way to make excuses. Tries to put whipped cream on shit. Sometimes, like, he tried to find an excuse for Garrett Hampson overrunning third base when there was no reason not to. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't care if he thought Dansby was going to throw it. I mean, he overran that so bad. Dansby wasn't even ready to throw it yet. So there's just no excuse for that. He needs to hold him accountable, but he puts him in the lineup the next day anyways. So that is a little frustrating. But then we get into the next game, Game 4. I mean, beautiful day. Dude, Arizona's beautiful right now. I mean, you can't ask for a better day. Mid-high 70s, wind, feels good for baseball. 1:10 first pitch, and you like I said, you can't ask for a better day. And the Cubs jump out to a 1-0 lead. Not bad. The offense cannot get going for their life. Like, literally, Matt Boyd has them in a blender. I mean, they'll get a hit here or there. They may get a guy on second base. You may think they're threatening, but it's just it's head in hand, like SMH moments where you just like they can't get over the line, and then the Cubs score 2, 3-0. You're like, great. Seiya Suzuki gets a 2-run homer. You're like, oh, Seiya Suzuki's now gonna get going. Great. That's not good. And then Alec Thomas, sac fly. I mean, you'd hope he would do more in the situation. Just the base hit would score 2. But sac fly helps. At least you get 1. You kind of counteract. So you go 2 for 1 in the 6th inning. You're still down 2. But then D-backs get 1 more back in the 7th. And then the 8th inning comes. The 8th inning. Who fucking knew? Cubs fans knew that they were going to win. They thought the Kyle Tucker homer iced it. I'm not going to lie, I did too. My girlfriend was like, okay, leave it. It's over. We're done. I was like, no, I have a feeling, but she was convinced that was over. So I listened to the girlfriend, flipped it, leave it. It's over. D-backs score 8 runs in the bottom of the 8th. I mean, you can't believe this. Perdomo double, Gurriel homer, Naylor double, Nelson, yes, you get that right. Torey Lovullo, again, for the 3rd time or so, forgets the DH rule, or I don't know if he forgets it. I don't know what goes on, but it's frustrating that he keeps doing this, the DH rule. But he runs out, and you have to start a pitcher now at DH to bat. He brings in Ron Nelson, who's a two-way player at the University of Oregon, which I didn't know that. Which, if that was the case, I don't know why he wasn't batting for Scott McGuff when we had the bases loaded against the Yankees last year. because Ryan Nelson looks like Christian Walker with that batting stance. And what does he do? He Christian Walkers it. He gets us an RBI. Yeah, I mean, it could have been a 2 RBI. Eugenio Suarez just couldn't get in there in time. It was a good throw. Got him out for the second run. But RBI single, you couldn't believe it. Pinch hit pitcher. Awesome. Alec Thomas gets a single. And then Carroll, who did not start, which makes no sense 3 games into the season. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. with a little, he was coming back from a hamstring injury coming like later into the spring training. Those injuries are kind of scary. Like, I wouldn't mind him having the day off. But no, we gave it to Corbin Carroll for some reason. He comes in and now gets a double as On helps out. So, Dbacks win 10-6. Series is tied 2-2. The vibes, I feel like, changed. At least the vibes for me changed. From staring at 1-3 to 2-2, yeah, it's not great from a guy who was hoping would go at least 3-1 in the series. I thought this team was good enough to go 3-1. Me being really hopeful, maybe 4-0. Offense and pitching we had, even with Corbin Burnes somehow not pitching at all at home. I don't get that at all. I just, that's the number one thing on my list that makes me frustrated with Torrey, is that not only, Zach Gallen again, real quickly. Zach Gallen would have been easier to adapt to the number 2, and then Corbin Burnes would have adapted. It's publicly known of what routine Corbin Burnes has. Everyone knows about it. He's talked about it on multiple podcasts. I believe he kind of hinted and mentioned that in the introductory press conference. All spring training, Torrey talks about how it's a mental, like a technical error or whatever on his part that he didn't know, but I knew because I heard it in a freaking podcast where he talked about he was in free agency. He was being interviewed in his freaking car, and where he was talking about his freaking routine. People know about his routine, but somehow Torrey didn't, and he's now our 5th day starter in a way. So our fans have to wait to see him at home. So that was completely botched. So I thought we would go 4-0, 3-1, but honestly, against a good Cubs team. And what we were looking at in the top of the 8th inning, or going into the bottom of the 8th inning, down 6-2, staring at a 1-3 record, going into a really tough part of our schedule with the Yankees, I want to say sleeping giant, but a sleeper in the Nationals. Nationals are a really good team. They're a team that you cannot bet against. Like, a couple years ago when they were low and they were out, yeah, you could. But nowadays with players like James Wood, C.J. Abrams, Dylan Cruz, they added Nathaniel Lowe from the Texans, which was a good addition. They have good pitching. You can't sleep on them. So that's going to be a tough series as well, coming out of the Bronx. And then we come back home, and then I think it's the Brewers. Yeah, the Brewers got rocked by the Yankees, but the Brewers always give us a tough out. Can't forget, they literally came back on us and beat us, and they ruined our playoff chances because we choked. So that's going to be a tough series. And then the Rays. The Rays are a good young team. They always are tough out. They never spend, but they always fight. They always play. They're like a poor man's version of the Dbacks. They'll play, they'll scrap, they'll fight. And then it's the Mets and then the Braves and the Dodgers. It just gets tough. So at least a 2-2 series split is what we needed to get out of, at least going into New York. And now we go up against a undefeated Yankees team who's hitting homers for days. People want to talk about the torpedo bats. I don't have any room for it. Players from other teams are using it. I mean, just before I started filming this, I saw a photo of 2 different players. One from the Twins. I don't want to butcher it. I think it's Ryan. No, I'm not going to butcher the name. It's like Jeffers or something like that. His last name was Jeffers. For the Twins or something like that. He was using one. I saw an article that mentioned some other players, that are using it. It's just only a story because the Yankees are using it, and like 1 or 2 players that use the torpedo bats are hitting homers. But guess what? Shohei Ohtani isn't using the torpedo bat. Aaron Judge isn't using the torpedo bat. None of my Diamondbacks that I know of are torpedo bats. And right now, the MLB isn't coming out against it. And if other players from other teams are using it, I don't know what the outrage is for just the Yankees then. Because if other players from other teams are using it, then maybe we should just tone it down a little bit. Because it's just the same theme that is like with the Dodgers in free agency. Yes, what the Dodgers are doing are going to bring changes to MLB. But it's not their fault that they're in the rules and they're spending money while other teams are not. So if the Yankees are using torpedo bats, we can't be mad at the Yankees using torpedo bats if players from other teams are using it. So what I have to say is Zach Allen, don't miss your pitches. Merrill Kelly, don't miss your pitches. Corbin Burns, I hope you have a great first start. That's what I hope. Because I wish I've seen him in Chase Field in this opening series, but we do not. So it's going to be a really fun, interesting series. If you want to watch, I am going to be dropping a preview on my TikTok. The link for my TikTok will be in the description of this video. Preview to the lineup and the game will be dropped tomorrow before first pitch in the Bronx between the Yankees and Diamondbacks. It's going to be a fun series. I'm trying to think. A YouTube video will be dropped at the end of this, at the end of the Yankee series, highlight and stuff like that. But if you want game to game, reactions, previews, and stuff like that, please hit the link at the TikTok. Please hit the follow button on that. But otherwise, thank you all for the support. Again, I apologize for the being AWOL, but I am back. I got my schedule for April. I can now just hone in, lock in, and I can just start making a consistent schedule for YouTube, get more videos out there. Once I can actually hold a controller again, once I can, because I can't, because the mic's covering my strap. But I only got one arm right now that's of use because my other arm's in a sling. Once I can actually hold a controller again, I will go live and I start streaming again as well. But thank you all for the support. Thank you for sticking in. Baseball fans, it's going to be a long ride. We're only 4 games in. I know all of you are so excited. I'm so excited. I mean, the vibes are immaculate. The weather's been beautiful for baseball in a lot of these stadiums and a lot of these states. So let's go Dbacks. Can't wait. And I mean, if there's anything else that the Dbacks can do for us is, hopeful for a sweep. But like I said, 1 to 2 games. That's all we can ask for. So thank you for tuning in. I love you all. Peace.